Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 8. So The Flash has been filming Season 8 for pretty much a month exactly, I think. Might be a day or two off roughly, but about a month. And of course, as most of us should know by now, they have been starting off the season with a special 5-part event called Armageddon, which will be seeing a bunch of special guest stars helping out the Flash deal with an alien threat. You know, nothing normal ever happens in Central City. They just can't catch a break. Now we know that Despero is the advertised or promoted villain for this 5-part event, but little else is really known about it, or at least confirmed for it. Just for this event outside of guest stars, which we already knew. But some stuff has happened on set and information has come from set that sheds a light on more of what is going on within this Armageddon event, and it's pretty interesting. So just quickly, seen people wondering about a trailer because the CW has started dropping trailers for new seasons of upcoming shows, or new upcoming seasons of shows. Now don't expect one for The Flash for at least another month. It's probably going to be dropping at DC Fandom. The Flash Season 8 premieres a month later than the other shows that are getting all these trailers, so yeah, I wouldn't expect any trailer before that at least. Before Fandom, though I'm sure there will be some other maybe little promo stuff that comes out before that, like a poster or some first look photos, something like that. But in regards to a proper trailer for the season, I think Fandom's the place we're going to be getting it. But yeah, in regards to this video, the stuff we're going to cover will be supported by some photos that were taken from set by Canada Graphs or Graphs or whatever you pronounce it, however you want to do it. So the link to his blog will be in the description down below if you want to go check it out for all the photos that he took. I'm just going to be using a handful to support what I need to talk about. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know your various thoughts, opinions, theories, anything like that in the comments section down below. I'm always curious to read them and see what's happening in your minds, if you know what I mean. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and you're looking forward to any of the stuff that is showcased in this video, want to drop a like on the video to show support and excitement. So the first bunch of set photos to look at are actually of the man in red himself. And no, I'm not talking about Santa Claus. Yes, I'm talking about the Flash. And just on a side note, if the photos look a bit weird, it's because it was pouring down rain when they were filming. So yeah. But anyway, this portion of the video isn't just to look at the Flash in his suit and just stare in a creepy, weird way. But some interesting stuff actually goes on with him. Now, firstly, in regards to his suit, I've actually seen people talking online from, or just seen some talk online from others about apparently there being a new suit for Barry, but as we can see in these photos, not caught in 4K, but caught on camera at least, it's the Season 7 suit. There might be some slight changes for Grant Gustin for it to be more comfortable or something, but aesthetically it looks the exact same. So I'm not too sure where all of that has been coming from. But on set we had the Flash floating in the air, as you can see here, and while we have seen stunts like this before, usually they are done by the stunt performer or the stunt person, but this is actually Grant Gustin rigged up and floating and screaming and everything like that. So that is a change to the normal procedure from what we're used to seeing. But why the hell is the Flash just floating up there casually anyway? He's not there on break. It's obviously, something that's happening in the episode. Well, that would be due to this person in black here with the gold makeup stuff going on. It's like a black and gold sort of outfit going on. Anyway, now based off her look, I have no idea who she is. I looked at her and I was like, who the hell's that? Someone watching, one of you might have a clue or at least a good guess as to who she could be based off her look at the very least, and what she is, and also what she was doing to the Flash. Maybe her abilities match up to someone that you know from the comics and you can connect it with maybe this look and you might be able to have a good guess. But we know that the actress playing her is Candice McClure, I think that's how you pronounce it, who was well known from Battlestar Galactica. And yes, there are two different looking actresses there. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. At first, I thought I was tripping out, actually, I was going to say overdose to the Speed Force, but let's just not even go down that path. But yeah, your eyes aren't deceiving you. The other woman there would be a stunt double, I'm assuming, unless maybe the character can duplicate. So maybe this character, this villain, is able to duplicate herself. So that makes sense why there's two different looking women there. But yeah, it's either a stunt performer, a stand-in, or maybe an actual duplicate. We'll have to wait and see. Now, this is filming for episode 2, from what we can tell. It does appear that these episodes for the Armageddon event have a bit longer filming time than normal episodes, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. So, yeah, usually it's about like 8 days, I think it is, 8 to 10 days, but it seems they're going more like 10 plus days. But yeah, that's cool, I guess. I just thought I'd mention that. But one of the more interesting things from set that isn't in plain sight with the filming here was actually this newspaper here, and it might be hard to see, but the date on this newspaper is August 23rd, 2014. Now, on August 23rd, 2014, Barry was still in a coma. He wakes up a few weeks later from this. From what I can gather, I don't think they gave a specific date as to when Barry wakes up, but we know that he was in a coma for 9 months, and the particle accelerator went off on December 11th in 2013. So 9 months later would be early to mid September. So I guess the big question around this, and you might be wondering yourself, is well, is this a time travel scene? And if so, why are we specifically going back to this day in 2014? Is it because it's a time in which Barry isn't active and it's before he is actually the Flash? Is maybe what this villain is doing have to do with like stopping Barry from becoming the Flash? There are a few possibilities if that is the case and we are actually time traveling back to this day in 2014. But this does lead into who this woman could potentially be in regards to her villain connections in the comics, or who someone else is playing in this Armageddon event. Now, on set, they had a trailer marked Zota or Exota. I'm going to say Zota because that's how I would pronounce it. Now, it's spelled Xotar, as you can see on screen. Now, Zota in the comics appeared in the second appearance of the Justice League's adventures in the comics. So not in the Justice League comics, but in the Brave and the Bold Presents the Justice League. He was in their second appearance in that comic series. And he was the second villain after Starro. So Starro was the first, the big starfish. Sure, you've seen the Suicide Squad. And then it was Zotar. And Despero, the main threat for this 5-part Armageddon event, was the threat in issue number 1 of the Justice League of America comics. Zotar actually appeared in May of that year, which was 1960, and Despero appeared later that year in November. So it seems they are really diving into these threats of the early days of the Justice League in the comics. I'm not too sure if they are suggesting something by doing that, but I think it's pretty cool. Now, Zotar in the comics is actually a time travel based villain. That's what he does. I think it's chronokinesis. I think that's actually the proper term that they use. So if that newspaper that's dated back in 2014 is an indicator of what's going on in that scene, or just this episode in general, we're about to do some time traveling. Get your boots on, pack some lunch. Now, look-wise, I don't really see anything from the woman on set's look, at least, that connects her to Zotar from the comics. So, due to that, I'm leaning towards saying that she is not Zotar, though she easily could be. I have no idea. However, on set from another day of filming, we did see Tony Curran, who is the actor playing Despero, but in human form and in a like a costume. Now, this sort of looks like the costume worn by the updated version of Zotar from the comics, from last year or the year before in the comics, I think it was. So there is the chance we have Tony Curran not only playing Despero with like the voice and the CGI performance, but also he's playing this time-traveling Zotar. However, in this human form, he is wearing this belt, which you can see, which is lighting up. I think there's pictures there of it lighting up, or at least the lights on. And I have a feeling that belt, like lighting up, is a nod to Despero's third eye on his forehead, which he uses to like use his powers and stuff. So maybe this is just a human form that Despero is able to shapeshift into, but his suit looks it just leans towards that updated version of Zotar at the same time. It's hard to be 100% sure which way they're going, but just something to keep in mind that maybe he is playing two different versions, but the trailer did say Zotar. That's what they usually put on the trailer, the actual character's name. I guess maybe it's just easy to track or something like that. So yeah, it said Zotar in the trailer. So I don't know, would he have a Despero and Zotar trailer? I'm not too sure. Maybe he's being spoiled. But another thing to note is that in that scene where we have that potential human form of Despero, or maybe it's Zotar, who knows, on set they had a like spray painting on the walls which read "The end is nigh," which is of course connected to like apocalyptic events and all of that. But also on set was this weird futuristic green car. It looks so weird. So I wonder if this scene in particular is connected to the future or set in the future. So we have a scene with Barry in 2014, and then we have this scene in like some form of future. I mean, that car just does not look like a modern day vehicle at the very least. Or at least I don't think anyone would be caught driving it in the present day. It just looks way too weird. However, the issue with these set decorations and saying, oh, it's connected to a future scene and everything like that, is that they were associated, from what we can tell, with a scene which involved Barry and Caitlin walking down the street and having a chit chat or having a talk. So who knows what the hell is going on in Central City? It just all seems a bit crazy. Maybe someone stuffed up the timeline and now things are displaced. It wouldn't be too big of a surprise if that actually were to happen, if we're being completely honest. But maybe they're filming two different scenes at once. But it seems that they're connected, like that End is Nigh, the weird future car, and Barry and Caitlin. But I don't know. We can try and connect the dots as best as we can. or we might just have to wait till the actual episode airs to figure out how it all connects. But there's some weird stuff going on. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome. We could drop a like on it, show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on this. Any theories? Do you think that woman is actually Zotar? Do you think she's a different character? Do you know who she could be based off her look? Let me know in the comment section down below and just your general thoughts and opinions and all that. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Awesome if you could do that. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Goodbye.